This is Dr. Hobble, and I'm going to help you solve this problem. It says solve the equation 21 equals 1/4 x. So, first thing we're going to do, let's jot this down in our notebook. So write this down in your notebook. A common thing that we've seen with equations so far is relating it to the hanger diagrams we worked with, which is to say that as long as we do the same thing on both sides, that hanger is going to stay balanced. So it won't disrupt the balance as long as we do the same thing on each side. So on a previous problem, when we had multiplication attached to the x, like we just solved 56 equals 8x, or 8x equals 56, remember what we did there? We actually divided by 8 on both sides to sort of undo that multiplication that was happening. Here we're going to do the same thing. We are going to divide by 1/4 on both sides. So let's just, before we do this, let's make a note. We will divide by 1/4 on both sides. And remember how fraction division works? Whenever we divide by a fraction, what do? We multiply by the reciprocal instead. So this is actually equivalent to multiplying by 4 on both sides. What do we mean? Well, let's actually write this out. So what we're saying is that if we divide by 1/4 on both sides, that's going to give us the value of x. And remember when we did fraction division, we said, okay, 21 divided by 1/4, that's like 21 times 4/1. And what's 4/1? Well, that's just 4. So actually 21 times 4 is equal to x. So these are different ways. What you can do when you solve equations that look like this, when you have like 1 over a number, 1/4 equals x, or later you'll see 1/3 equals x, you can think, okay, I'm going to divide by the fraction, or you could jump straight to multiplying by the reciprocal. It just depends on what you prefer in your own little math routine when you're solving problems. I'm the kind of person, I like to keep things simple, so I would definitely write this step. But that's for me. So 21 times 4, what's that going to be? Well, 20 times 4 is 80, and then if we take one more group of 4 to get 21 groups of 4 instead, that would add 4 to 80, which would mean 84 is equal to x. So go ahead, use similar techniques to solve 28 equals 1/3 x. Work that out in your notebook. And after you work this whole thing out in your notebook, show me so that I can give you some hero points. Thanks for working this problem with me, and I hope it'll help you be successful.